I've had a bit of a hard time finding parking, but I did finally find a place about half a mile from here. And then today I took my scooter and found another location that I'm going to park at for a couple of days, and I'll probably bounce back and forth between the two while I'm here. So this is interesting. They're doing a lot of preservation work here to make sure this old town is maintained. That's really cool. Livingston, Montana. I've never actually been here before. This is all new. I've actually been here for a couple of days. There's actually a coffee shop right there. I went and checked it out. It was really busy on the weekend, but there was no place to sit down. There's actually a huge, gigantic Starbucks on the other side of town, like one of the largest I've ever seen. I'm sure they put it there because it's a very busy intersection between people going to Yellowstone and people going over to Bozeman. Really popular tourist area. This is sort of the quieter part of town. So I left Idaho Falls and I went up to Rexburg. I'd never actually been to Rexburg, and I just decided to go there and spend the night, and I found this really great parking space there that was just perfect for the night. There was an open field, sort of like this. These are great, just an open field. It's not a space that I would park during the week, but on the weekend it was fantastic. So this spot worked out last night. It was nice and quiet and dark. There's already a game going over there. People parked behind me and I'm like, oh gosh, is somebody behind me? And then I realized it's just people going over there to play the games. This is just, I really like this field here. And then I got on the road. And let me tell you something, the drive between Rexburg and here is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous drive. You just drive up through the most amazing forests, just forest after forest. It's really pretty out here, just lots of rolling, quasi-forested areas, green, pretty. North Fork Teton River. Look at how green it is. West Yellowstone, 78 miles. That's where we're heading to next. Glenwood Beef Jerky. Factory outlet. Let's see, what am I entering? Ashton, Idaho. Adventure starts here. So I think we're about to probably start heading up in elevation. Oh man, this is going to be good. I can tell we're going to be heading up. Look at the landscape here. Look at the landscape. Man, if you were a horse or a cow out here, this would be heaven. Oh yeah, we're about to be heading way up into the forests. Yep, we're heading up into the mountains. Wow, this is kind of magical up here. This is new trees, 1992. So all of these trees apparently were reforested in 92. So I'm guessing there's logging that goes on up here. something. So they've got traffic stopped so that the horses can probably cross the road. That's kind of funny. They just meander across the road. Okay, I think this is West Yellowstone. I don't know if I've ever been here before. It's windy. It is really windy. West Yellowstone, Montana. Fortunately, it's been a tailwind all the way up. Another bison. Hello, bison sculpture. This place must be intense during the winter. The Slippery Otter Pub and Eatery. Oh gosh. I love that. There's a Bigfoot sculpture right there. Hank's liquor store with Bigfoot. Beware animals on the road. Yes. I've had a deer run out in front of me before and it's terrifying. Living up here. Dead end road. Laundromat. I think this is taking me through the old downtown area. But this looks like the vintage downtown area. Murray Hotel. Oh yeah, look at this. This is cool. I was a little bit worried that I wouldn't find a place to park. I had scoped places out on Google Maps, but it's hard to tell sometimes, you know. Fortunately, I found this spot here, and then right as you get into town, again, just on the other side of town down there, there's a big parking lot next to a gas station. There is sort of like a truck stop here. It's just as the town starts. There's a grocery store and Albertsons over there, and there's like a gas station, a big gas station here right off the freeway. And there is just this big dirt lot here, and there are no signs saying no parking. I don't know how tolerant the town is, so I've been kind of careful about moving around. But let me tell you something. Downtown Livingston is super cute, like one of those old historic districts. I'm just going to show you it because it's incredible. So Livingston really got going because of the railroad, and this is a very active railway system right here. And there's the old railway station that's there, and the old 1800 downtown is just really super cute. Yeah, it's one of the most well-preserved vintage downtowns of any town that I've been to. Let's walk down here and take a look at it. So it goes down this way, but it also extends all the way down that way. You can kind of see. So this is the train station. The train station was the big thing that apparently allowed Livingston to become what it is. So this is part of the original vintage train station, and the trains are quite active still. The Depot Center is what it's called. The Livingston Depot Center. I'll have to come by tomorrow. It's Saturday late, so it's probably closed. Katabatic Beer Company, cool. Yeah, this is cool. I mean, this must have been amazing back when it was in its heyday, but it's still just as cool now. I love the original signs on the wall. Cowboy Connection, Old West Collectibles Gallery. So yeah, they've got lots of these historic things here. A wooden frame cigar factory and shooting gallery stood here in 1884. After fire destroyed the buildings in 1886, owner J.A. Danforth quickly rebuilt in brick. 4 years later, he added a second story, but the addition was so heavy it damaged the first floor. In 1891, he remodeled, adding iron support columns to carry the weight. The flamboyant Gilded Age business block features a distinctively corbelled, projecting brick cornice that evokes the top of a fortress. Wow. An 1886 fire destroyed the one-story tin shop and hardware warehouse that originally occupied this lot. 2 years later, meat merchant and rancher John Harvett purchased the property. Livingston's premier Gilded Age architect, I.J. Galbraith, designed the Harvett block, which was completed in 1890. Although Harvett initially intended the building for his meat market, he ultimately decided to open his shop a few doors down, keeping this building as an investment property. For most of its history, saloons and an occasional restaurant occupied the first floor. During Prohibition, the storefront was home to a billiards hall and soft drinks parlor. The second story hosted at various times lodge rooms, hotel rooms, furnished rooms, and very briefly a noodle parlor run by former railway worker Fukutaro Akao. So cool. downtown is just super cute and interesting, and I just have really liked it here. I love these old vintage downtowns. And so yeah, that's what I've been doing here, just kind of spending my day kind of working on some things and kind of touring downtown. Thursday, in about 2 days, I'm heading over to Bozeman, and Bozeman is my next stop. So anyway, thanks for watching.